Boy, it's hot out here today. And yes, I'm wearing black. Go figure, right? Yeah. Well, today, before I get into that, we didn't get the ships going back up the river headed to Newport. It stormed last night, so we didn't know what time they were leaving, so none of that was gotten. But anyway, today's video is going to be a little bit different, everybody. Today's video is going to be about panic disorder. Something I've been wanting to talk about for a long time now. Something I want to make a video about. So it's going to be a little bit different than most of my videos, but just bear with me. It might be okay. Remember, sometimes I do have okay videos. This might be one of them. Just go with it. Let's roll that intro. Want to? Come on. Alright guys, panic disorders, otherwise known as panic attacks. How much do you guys know about them? Billions of people in the world suffer from these every single day. Before I get this video started, I want to point out I am no doctor. Only thing I'm doing is coming up with something from my own head, from my own experience. No doctor whatsoever, so just go with it. Okay, in short, we're going to call them panic attacks, okay? There's two different kinds, according to me. Remember what I said, this is just right out of what I think, alright? According to myself, there's two different kinds of panic attacks. Now I'm going to show you the kind that most of people suffer with, which is natural. Everybody in their life will have one of these panic attacks. So I'm going to give you guys a scenario. A skit. You know how I love my skits, alright? Here's one of them right here. Oh, I love taking a drive in the country. I do. I got no brakes. I got no brakes. No brakes. Oh my God, no brakes, no brakes. Oh no, no brakes. We're fine. That was one of them right there. You know, car accident. That's something that strike on a panic attack right now. Heights can strike on a panic attack right now. Spiders, snakes. Yeah, these are form of anxieties. These are form of you know, if you got a problem with heights, you got a problem anxiety disorders. You know, what's that word I'm looking for? Okay, I'm sure you came up with it. I can't think of it right now. But yes, these are, but they also bring on panic attacks. That's one set of panic attacks right there. But there's another set. This one is the one that I suffer from. The other set of panic attacks is when you have the same feelings that you're about ready to crash your car, or you get a spider on you, or you're afraid of heights. The feelings you get from them is the same thing that happens to me, but this is for no cause, no reason. It just happens from time to time. It's not just me this happens to. It happens to 20 billion other people too. Having a panic attack without any reason whatsoever. Just, you can be sitting in a restaurant. You can be going to this restaurant for all your life, and all of a sudden, it hits. I'm not the only one that suffers with these panic attacks. My oldest daughter does too. Well, my oldest. She suffers from these exact same panic attacks. They hit you without cause. I usually suffer from this about maybe 1 or 2 times a week. I label them in scales from 1 to 10. 1 being the weakest, 10 being, you know, full-fledged, oh my God, get me out of here. Ever since I was a little boy, I used to call them, back when I was a kid, I used to call them daymares. For no reason, I just started freaking out. You know, I mean, we're not talking like, oh my God, help me, oh my God. No, I'm usually quiet when these happen. You know, World War VI or World War III is happening in my head, but yet on the outside it appeared to be fine. Over the years, I learned to hide them really darn good. I've been to the doctor for this. Yeah, they tried to give me medication for it. No good. You know, but I will tell you what does help. When these things come on, the trick is to take your mind out of this, out of that area. Put your mind somewhere else. I'm vlogging here, people, for God's sakes. Slow down the traffic. What gives with people driving when I'm vlogging? I could be going to the movie theater, you know, something I've done 1,000 times. Sitting there watching a movie, all of a sudden, boom, it hits me. Depending on if it's a 1 through a 10, depends on how I handle it. Now, let's say it's a 1 to a 3 to a 4. I usually just deal with it. I change the thought in my mind. But if it's any higher than that, 8, 9, or 10, I actually get up and leave. I could be at my favorite restaurant and have a full-blown panic attack. When I get up and say, I need the check. Now, on the other panic attacks, the ones I told you guys about before, the ones that everybody has, usually they're over with within just a few moments. They don't last that long. Because once they find out what they're afraid of is done happening, they can go on with it. Not like the ones I have. Remember, mine has no cause. It just happens. Chemical imbalance? Don't know. But I did learn over the years what brings them on. Over the years, I learned a few things do bring them on. One of them would be the lack of sleep. Getting into an argument earlier that day, or getting really upset. Usually by that night or the first thing that next day, I have one. Worry brings them on. And this one right here is going to seem a little funny, but a change in pace will bring it on. That means if something all of a sudden, you know how your life is going one way, all of a sudden something changes, it brings them on. Go figure. But sometimes when these panic attacks happen, they happen at the wrong place and the wrong time. Yeah. That means when one comes on, it's a full-blown 10, I can't just get up and leave. Oh no. When they happen, and I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time, I have to deal with it. No! That's what I want to do inside, but I can't. I have to maintain, you know, me being who I am, me being a person and not freak out who I'm with. But yet inside, I just want to freaking leave. I just want to just go. It's hell when that happens. Because when I hit a full-blown 10, it's not easy to come down. But they do eventually. Sometimes it could take anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour, even 2 hours. Although I've been suffering with these for years, right? But I got used to living with it. I mean, it happens to become part of my everyday life. And if you ever hang out with me, 99.9% of the time, if I'm having one, you'll never know it. Just saying. Any of you guys out there suffering from these panic attacks? Now, we're not just talking about the ones I mentioned before that have a reason. We're talking about the ones that happen for no reason. If you're one of the 20 billion that do, let me know. Leave me a comment. Remember, I can respond. I can reply back to them now. I'm just slow. And if you are one of the 20 billion people that do, hey, my heart goes out to you. I know how you feel. Sometimes this can be hell. And if you are one of the people that suffer from these, I know how hard it is. Because if you're like me, usually when these big ones come on, you're in a place you have to be cool. You can't just leave. Alright, I learned years ago, if you change the way you think, sometimes you can bring yourself out of these. So guys, to sum up the story, panic attacks. It's something I want to do a long time now. I want to put a video together about them. And I don't know if this video is going to be long, short, whatever. But I'm pretty much all tapped out on what I got to say. I think I have more. I should write a piece of paper on what I'm going to say, but I don't do these things. I just go with it, you know? At the spur of the moment, whatever comes to me just comes out. I never prepare. I should be more professional, huh? But I'm not. But anyway, guys, I've had too much sun, as you can tell. And plus, wearing black like I do does not help. That's why I keep going over that way to the shade and videotape most of the time. Of course, I do my videotaping within about 4 or 5 hour period. What you guys just don't know is I go inside and rest a while and get a drink of water. But anyway, guys, make sure you stay tuned for the bloopers, because I do have some on here. And if you got any questions, comments, or concerns about what today's video is about, leave them down below. And if you really want to, you can always come to Pal Talk on Saturdays. Come in my room. We'll talk about them. You know, I met a guy not that long ago, a big boy, bigger than me, big arms. He says, Mike, I too have panic attacks. I was like, no. He says, big of a boy like I am, sometimes I just want to run out like a little scared little girl. I said, you know what? So do I. Alright, until next time, guys. Come on. I am One Bubba Mike. Let's you and I get out of here. I need water. Just saying. I've been to doctors for this. They gave me medication for depression. I've even been diagnosed as a manic depressant. Half the population in America has been, you know, diagnosed as a depression or scratches. What are you talking about, Mike? It's hard to do a video and be serious when you're standing behind the camera making faces. Say hi to the audience. This is going on the bloopers, you know that, right?
Of course.
See, I learned years ago, if you change your thought pattern, did I say that right? Oh hell, try it again, Mike.